Hey Hellions, now we get to do Lay a Garland. As you know, this piece is absolutely gorgeous. But to make a gorgeous virtual choir, let's do a few things that you haven't done before when you've submitted. First, make sure you're front lit. A lot of people have been backlit. I can't see your face then, no one can see it. Make sure you're front lit. Make sure there's no audio disturbance, like a fan or anything else that could distort the sound. Next, make sure that you're resonating. It's tingling as you sing those long phrases, otherwise you'll always be taking a catch breath. Next, make sure you sing softly. The beginning is piano. Then there are all of these shapes that I want you to make. We'll talk about that in a second, but ultimately you still need to keep things soft. If it says piano, but you need to shape and swell, you need to shape within the context of that piano. At the end of the first section in measure 25, 6, and 7, you just got done singing forte, but you need to come back down to piano. Make sure you come down there. Make sure you come down after the next forte in measure 36, 7, and 8. And make sure you're soft at the end. The end will not have a metronome in the last 3 bars. Get softer. Make sure you come out of the texture when your note is a dissonance and a suspension and then resolves, like alto 1s in measure 6. That beautiful suspension, that F against G, resolving to an E flat in the tonic, is so musical. Bring that out. Also, bring out your part whenever your note is tied across the bar, like tenor 1s in measure 11. Tenor 2s. Soprano 1s. And bring your part out when you have fast notes, like soprano 2s in measure 18. Bring those out, but stay within the context of the overall dynamic, especially if it's piano. When you have really long notes, you need to shape them a little differently. You need to shape them so that the crescendo happens later, and then all of a sudden there's a diminuendo right before you change notes. For example, tenor 1s in measure 26. Right before you change from your D to your C in measure 28, tenor 1s, you need to swell a little bit and then diminuendo so that it gives that lilt off, shape off quality. That happens over and over again. So when you have a tight note across a bar, say half note to half note, your messa da voce looks like this. But when it's a longer note, your messa da voce goes for a while and then suddenly you diminuendo. Let me know if you have any questions about that. Again, you need to be resonant. You need to be tingling in your face. If you're having trouble building resonance, start on a Z or a Z or a nya or whatever consonant vowel combination works for you so that you're tingling, so that you can sing these long phrases with blend and natural openness without having to take all these catch breaths. Last thing, make sure you have vertical space. Do sing so that it's open and free. Make sure you have a heavy jaw. Make sure you have a fish mouth when you need to. Make sure you experiment and try to keep this vertical space while resonant, while soft, while shaping all these things, and you are going to have a great virtual choir submission. Go get them. Team Helios.